afternoon, and welcome to this very, very special Clannit Hangout session. We're so excited to have you here. Let us know where you are joining us from. So we're doing a bit of style. So I'm going to be looking on my phone and seeing you guys chat. So we're going to try to make it as engaging as possible. So let me know where you're joining from. A few people, your name, good afternoon, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know where you are joining from. Just drop your message in the chat, comment section. Welcome to the Clannit Hangout session. All right, peoples, I'm waiting for you. Where are you joining from? Where are you attending from? Where are you streaming from? Somebody says joining from Ikota. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Me joining from Ikota, space Ikota. Okay, love it. Who else? I'm waiting, guys. Where are we joining from? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you so much for deciding to spend your Sunday afternoon with us. We have said that we're going to take about an hour. Yes, an hour is all we're taking from you. So just let me know where you're joining from. Wale is joining from Ikosi. Thank you, Wale, for joining us. Ismail from Ikota. Thank you. Boluwatife from Ilupeju. Ayokunle from Abuja. Anthony from Lekki County Homes. Ronke from Kent. Wale from Lekki. Adewale from U3 Estates. We have Joseph from Chevron Drive. We have Deji from Kent. We have Olufemi from Lekki County. We have Modupe from Atlantic Beach Estate, Oniru. Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you all. We have Destiny from Chevy View. We have Suleiman from Sangotedo. We have Eket from Akwa Ibom. Oh, incredible. We are global, guys. We are like from all over the world, all over the world. Thank you all so much for joining us today. My name, forgive me, I didn't mention that. My name is Simisola, and for the next, well, I think about 55 minutes to go, I will just be anchoring today's session. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you all so much for joining us this day, for spending your Sunday with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. All right, so today is really, I'll give a bit of overview, but then I would hand over to the MD of Clannit to just share with us. But today really is you guys. We want to hear from you. We want to get your feedback. We want to have questions. You know, I have the MD and a few people from Clannit. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, if you have any complaints, guys, today is the good time, is the time to talk about them. So we will be getting all of that information from you today. So we would have the MD of Clannit just share with us a bit of backstory about Clannit, a bit of the back. I told him to share backstory, right? He would share with us backstory about Clannit. I know they also have new features on Clannit that they want to talk to us about. We would also do that, and then we'll just go over to questions if you guys have. All right. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So now I will be moving on to the MD of Clannit, Deola Adejuyigbe, sharing. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Simi. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our first Clannit Hangout. So Simi has said has asked me to share some of the backstory about Clannit. So I'll just take you back, roll back about 2 years. So about 2 years ago, we discovered, Clannit is an offshoot of Serve Consulting, and Serve Consulting has been in technology, delivering technology over the last 20 or so years. So anyway, about 2 years ago, we started this idea to build apps, and we had a competition in-house, and one of the apps that came was something that was called SUMP, S-U-M-P, and it was basically, or abbreviated as SUMP, but it was a property management app that would do a number of things in estates and for properties and so on. And then it won at the end of the day, the competition, and we started. But as we started thinking about it and trying to fashion what the app would do, we stumbled across what we thought was a great idea, to build communities and to build an app around communities and take advantage of the value of communities. So we said, estates are communities, let's build it. And then gradually, as we progressed on that, we eliminated, because Serve Consulting is traditionally an ERP company. We focus largely on SAP. But we then said, we don't want to do SAP, we don't want to do anything like that. We want to do something that is easy to use and meets the needs of the clan members. So we stripped Clannit of being a business application, and we wanted it to be a user application. And as we progressed in that, interestingly, the elections of 2019 came. And we then said, then people approached us to build apps for political parties, coalition centers, all those kind of things. And we said, we can use Clannit for political parties also. After all, they are clans also, and we can have a structure and have all the way to the ward level and street level and do polls and do this and do that. So we built, we derailed from our residential thing and went on to build an app that did clans for political parties, and then we came back. Of course, what happened was the politicians didn't want to use an app that would gather as much detail and data as we were pursuing. In any case, as that was going on, we continued the work on the residential app, and ultimately we launched Clannit for residential estates. And in there, we launched with access control, so you can generate a code to invite your visitors. We launched with an alarm, so that you can raise alarm in case of emergency. And a number of other features, news and things like that, and polls, because we had generated or developed the poll function for the political parties. Anyway, we launched in the residential estate and we started growing. And it was very interesting that immediately we launched and we started talking about Clannit to people. Everybody that we spoke to thought this was fantastic, because obviously there was a need that was being met and there was no solution in the market to meet that need. So very quickly, several estates joined, and I'm glad many of you that are here over the period have become users of Clannit via that function. So yes, we've grown Clannit, starting and trying out different functions, and then gradually we narrowed down to the residential estate, and we have tried our best to make it simple, to make it meet the needs of residential estates, and to try and build a community, because we are Clannit after all, and we are all about clanning it, creating clans and bringing communities together and enabling them to take value from each other. So yeah, that's where we started from.
All right, fantastic. So I know Ronke had asked, what is Clannit about? But Modupe had asked, what is Clannit all about? And I'm sure that you've answered that. But just to chip in a bit, somebody has said politician, just to chip in a bit, right? So you're saying that Clannit was not, so what we have right now is an offshoot of it. It's a perfect scenario of making lemonades out of lemon. Is that how they say that? So that wasn't the initial idea?
No, the initial idea started with estates. Then we grew it into clans and whatever a clan is. So really, Clannit is a community engagement platform that provides tools that the community can use. And we've zoomed in currently into the residential community. And I'll be talking about other things that Clannit will do. So Clannit manages clans.
Clannit, guys, I think I want us to just type that. Just please forgive me. Forgive me if I'm spending small work. I need us to write Clannit. Say it again.
Manages clans.
Manages clans, guys. Okay, so I just want us to just type. So if somebody ever asks you what is Clannit about, it's one word. Clannit manages clans. That's really what Clannit is about. Okay, fantastic. Somebody's asking, what is the next? Guys, come down. We'll get to the questions very shortly. Very shortly. Thank you, Mr. Deola, for sharing with that.
You're welcome.
We want to do a quick poll, and then we will go to the questions as we are all here for. Most of us are here for. We'll do a quick poll now, really just to get a bit of feedback from the clients, the customers, those of you that experience Clannit, those of us that use the app. We want to know what is the experience like. So you will see a pop-up on your screen now that says, do you think Clannit app can do more for you? Right, so guys, you would see a pop-up on your screen right now for the survey. Just a quick survey, it should take less than how many seconds? So click yes or no. The first question says, do you think Clannit app can do more for you? Right, and when you do that, you just click on next. There are 4 questions in a row. The second question says, would you be happy to introduce Clannit to your friends, family, and colleagues? Is this something that you have used over time? Do you love the experience? Do you think that people should know more about it? Should we introduce it to more estates in Lagos and out across the country? So most definitely, maybe, or definitely not. So please just select the one that you think. And then the next question there for those that use the Clannit app to say which feature on Clannit is the most useful to you. You know, Mr. Deola talked about the different things that, you know, the features that the Clannit app is about. Which of those features do you think is the most useful to you? Is it the guest invite? Is it the alarms? Is it collections, ICE? Is it marketplace? Is it news? Is it chat? Is it notification? So please share with us. We just want to, you know, gather a bit of information. Let's know where to increase more of our work into. Which of those features do you think is the most useful to you? And the last question, really, which really is our marking scheme. We want to know how we've done so far, but more importantly, how much more we need to do. I think that's the reason why the Clannit team is coming together to bring this, you know, this entire session. And, you know, with the beauty of Zoom and virtual communication, we can all speak from all over the world. We want to know what you guys are thinking, and we want to know how much more we can put into the work. So how would you rate the Clannit app? 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. All right? And when you're done, you can just click submit, and then we'll go to the next thing. All right, Chichi, what number are we on? Can we tell? Yes, we have... Yes.
Currently, we have for question number 1.
How many people do we have that has filled?
33%.
33%. So all right, guys, as much as we can, just it's barely 10 seconds, 4 questions. We want to be able to know what is your experience. Would you recommend it to somebody else? Which of the features are most useful to you? If we can get at least 60%, I think it will be good. 58, all right, we are there, almost there, almost there, almost there. Would you recommend it to somebody else? Which of the features are most, do you think makes most sense? And if you have to rate it, you know, with your experience over time and all of it, what number are we on? Okay, guys, and there are 1 or 2 more people. You just need to look at your screen and just stay and just press. Somebody says some of the survey questions don't apply to some of us first timers as we have not used it yet. No okay, no problem. If you're a first timer, no problem. You can just skip the poll. But if you have used Clannit app, guys, you know, just let us know. That way we can improve the work that we're doing. That way you can have more experience, a more seamless, better improved experience. And this is why we're doing this. 64, let's get to 70% and we're good for today. Did I say 70? Yes, 70%.
Yeah.
70% and we're good for today. All right, Chichi, are we almost there?
No, yes,
64. I think it just 2 more people. I know you can see it on your screen. You can see it actually. You can see the pop-up. Just really, you can see the pop-up. Just share with us. Are we good? Oh, I'm still on 64. I need ginger. All right. We're almost there. If you do not have any experience with the Clannit app, that's fine. You can skip the poll. But if you do, this information, this data will be critical to us in ensuring that we give you the best service, the best experience that we can. Where are we? Okay, so I give up. Just because we need to move on, I give up. All right. Thank you so much. Let us see what it is. There should be edit button. Let us stream the results. Let's see what it is. Let's see what you are saying. I know that the Clannit team are wondering, oh God, this is our marking scheme. It's okay. It's good to know. So yes, okay. Somebody says, do you think the Clannit app can do more for you? 100%. Everybody says yes.
Wow.
Yes, we think it can do more. Would you be happy to introduce Clannit to friends, families, and colleagues? 44.7% says most definitely. We have 31.6% saying definitely, and 23.7% saying maybe. But at least we don't have anybody saying definitely not. So I think, well done, we're almost there. Which feature on Clannit is the most useful to you? Amongst everything, the top 3, we have the guest invite, and that's whooping 65.8%, and the alarms, it's reached about 15%. How would you rate the Clannit app? Oh, this is incredible. So we have 13% say 5, that's over 1 over 5, 5 being the highest. And we have 42% saying 4, which is the highest that we have. And the next one, we have 28% saying 3, and 10% saying 2, and 5% saying 1. All right, thank you so much. You guys are being really kind, really nice to me. So thank you so much for just being a part. We can close the survey now. Thank you all so much. So going on, Mr. Deola, you know, when we had a conversation earlier, he had talked about the certain features that the Clannit app is going to be having. maybe it will make some of us a little more excited. Those that are on the maybe level, they'll probably go on to definitely. Now they hear about some of the features that we're going to be having. So Mr. Deola, share with us, what are these new features for those that are on the 1 and 2s, so that we can move them up to a 4 and 5? What are
we need to move everybody
yes,
up.
We need
everybody
to move everybody.
Has to enjoy Clannit. Clannit has to be the solution you are happy about.
Absolutely.
Okay, over the months, we've had, or at least the last 1 year, there have been some customer feedback, especially around the visitor invitation. And there has been feedback from customers saying, sometimes we want to invite a large number of people. It's a party or it's a group event in my house, and I have to generate invites for each person that comes. So what we've done is that we've created a function within the invite that allows you to invite a lot of people at once. And what this will do is you'll create your event, you state what your event is, you state the people, you select from your contact list on your phone those who you want to invite, and Clannit generates the invite code as usual, and then it sends it by SMS to them. Because we also realize that some of the people on your contact list may or may not be
saved on your phone.
They may not use smartphones and so on and so forth. And beyond that, we are using the function on your phone to generate multiple items. So this will be launched this month. And finally, you'll be able to invite a large number of people. Your son is having a party, you're having an event in your house. You can create the event on Clannit, and you can invite many people at once. So that's one exciting function that we are releasing. Another function that we are releasing is for many people, you use the news function. The estate posts minutes of meetings or announcements or reminders and things like that are posted by your clan. And it resides on Clannit. It doesn't, if you don't check Clannit, you don't see it. So what we are doing is we are integrating that with the email. So once there's a news item that is posted on Clannit, it will send you an email. So all your announcements will now also generate an email to your box. We think that's another exciting function. And then by popular demand, many people have asked, as part of our functions for residential estate and for general clans actually, the clan at different times struggle to reconcile financial related information. People pay their estate dues or their clan annual dues or whatever it is that people pay, and you don't get receipts, or you have to go to the estate office to get a receipt. There's a lot of manual physical engagement that we need to do. So what we're doing on Clannit is we are launching effectively the collections app that allows the clan to put in amount that is due. Clannit will generate invoices for you. You will get those invoices by email, and they will show on your Clannit app. So you know what is due, and you will be reminded on a weekly basis. So that, this whole thing of I forgot or I didn't forget, and some people have said, why can't I get reminders? Why is nobody reminding me? I want to pay, it's just that I forgot. So you will get emails, and the notification, your invoice will remain on Clannit. Now on Clannit also, you can pay. So you click on that, you go to standard payment platform, you pay, and once you pay, it hits the bank account. You get a notification that you've paid, a confirmation of your payment. The estate gets a notification of your payment and updates your account automatically. Therefore, the estate's accounts are fully reconciled with the bank at any point in time for those who have paid. Now, if you choose not to pay on Clannit, you can pay in any way you like, as you normally do, or as you do currently, and then take the evidence. Again, we're back to the manual, but if that's your choice, Clannit allows you to have that choice. You go and then they update the account, but the estate then uses this as a basis of reconciliation, and it's not a full accounting package, but at least they know who needs to pay what, who has paid, and all the misunderstandings around payments are taken away. Now, this doesn't work just for estates. It could also work for a club, it could work for a school, it could work for any kind of clan, or a collection, a job group, whatever. Okay, so finally, we launched social clans that some of you might have noticed. And a social clan is a clan that is not a residential group. So it's a group. It's a family group, it's a club, it's it's whatever, a group of people. It's a clan, whatever it is that is a clan, that is a social clan. And you're able to create your social clan. So if you go to Clannit, you look at the menu, you can see, you can create a new clan, you can invite people to join your clan, and you can collaborate on Clannit. And all these other functions that we're talking about will be available as they are relevant for the social clan. So there's a lot that we're doing. Of course, all these apart from the tweakings and the bug fixes and the things like that. So at the end of the day, our mission is to provide you with a community tool, a tool that helps you to manage your clan and engage. I've not talked about the marketplace, have I?
No, not yet.
Oh, so people are able, so with the Clannit marketplace, you are able, we gave a teaser, so you would obviously have it on your app currently, but in the coming weeks, we will upgrade the marketplace. So what you have now, you are just able to, you want to sell something, you can post what you want to sell, people can see it, they can chat with you and go ahead and buy and engage with you and buy. However, in future, in the coming weeks, not only will they be able to chat with you, they will be able to place the order right there and make the payment right there. They would also be, you would also as a vendor be able to decide in which clans you want to post or who can see what you've posted. So you can keep it within your estate or your small community clan or social clan, or you can choose that you want it in this place and this place and that place. What that does, also one of the values of a clan is that we can benefit from each other. People who live within the estate or who live within these clans are the ones who sell stuff. They're the ones who buy stuff from each other, and we want to use this platform to connect you to each other. So if I, for example, build houses and sell, people, my neighbors may know, but the people down the road may not know, and I can easily put it on Clannit, and people would know. Or I can even say I want to put it in this estate and the 3 estates around me. But people trust me. I'm not just an advert in the newspaper or anything. People know because I am a Clannit member, they know where I am. There's a reputation that we know who this guy is. It's not a fluke. And we are relying on that to help people to boost their businesses also. But we will not be doing advertising. We've always promised you that we will not be splashing stuff on your screen or anything. You will, it's a listing, so you will go there and search for what you want. So we are not going to be bombarding you with adverts. That is not our style, and that's not our business model, and that's not our intention. But we give an opportunity for people to list what they want to sell, and those who want to buy can also buy from it. And just so you know, we'll be partnering with different kinds of businesses to bring those businesses close to you. Of course, after COVID, people are delivering stuff to homes and so on. So yeah, you'll be able to buy stuff and have them delivered to you on Clannit.
All right, incredible. That is, guys, like Clannit has many, many features to come. I think the one that, okay, a number of them excite me, right? I like the marketplace idea because, again, anything that is giving people the opportunity to be able to earn, to increase visibility is definitely a fantastic one. But those that are residents, I definitely love the idea of a group code because I know how frustrating it can be when you're trying to invite somebody and you're having to get a code per person. So the fact that we're doing something for a whole lot of people is...
No, it's actually every member of the group will get a unique code.
Okay, but we can do it once.
But you do it once.
Fantastic. So I could,
so the security remains.
Yes.
But we also give you that capability. So we continue to provide unique codes so that people are secure. but at the same time, we make it easy for you to do.
Make it easy, because I think that for me is incredible. Okay, there are many questions that are coming in. Guys, please send in your questions now. Especially, you can go to the Q&A session. Mr. Deola, there are questions that are here. And
yes,
plenty.
Let's do them.
So, but I think the first question I have in mind, and I know that Chevy View had mentioned that, and it was in my heart. It was #1 question, and she just spoke my heart. The question says, all the things I see on Clannit seems free. I'm wondering, and even if I'm wondering, how is Clannit, and you just said that there's going to be no advertisement, right? I don't know,
yeah.
But so how is Clannit making money?
Okay, it's a very interesting question, and it's a question we have to answer every time, because I think people just think that your business model must bring you cash. But, you know, the way I will put it to you is, WhatsApp is not charging us, interestingly.
Okay.
Facebook doesn't charge, do they?
No, well,
Google.
Data.
Google.
Well, you use data.
You use data on your phone.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not, the money is not going to Facebook.
No,
it's not going to WhatsApp.
No.
It's not going to Twitter.
But they have adverts.
Yeah. How about Twitter?
Okay, no.
Okay, maybe they earn money in a different way. But the
way.
users do not pay to use it.
No, they don't.
WhatsApp doesn't even advertise at all.
No, it doesn't.
But WhatsApp is worth how much? $18 billion US. So there are different ways of using modern technology to make money. Our business model does not charge our users. We will charge for vendors who would list on the marketplace.
Okay.
But the normal average user has the app to use. And our goal is to connect people and enable commerce at the end of the day. We will make money from the commercial side, but the connecting people and usage is free. Now, we also will not advertise. So those who choose to use Clannit for commercial benefit and they want to make money with Clannit will pay a token.
Okay.
But if your mission is to use Clannit to raise an alarm because there's an emergency, health emergency in your house or whatever, hey, it's free.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. For those that are just joining us, this is the Clannit Hangout session. This is really the Clannit team wanting to hear from you guys. And for the last few minutes, Deola Adejuyigbe, the MD of Clannit, has just been sharing really about Clannit, the backstory, some of the exciting new features that have come into the Clannit app, and he has just shared that with us. Now we're going to be taking some of your questions, and I have a list of them right now. So forgive me, guys, I will just pick questions as fast as I can. So, okay, this one just came. It says, how many estates and individual users do you currently have?
We have about approaching 6,000 users currently. And we have about 20 estates that are live, and we have another 12 that are in the process of going live. That's apart from those that there are some that I can't talk about that are bundles of estates that they've not gone live, and I'm not sure they want me to go out and tell everybody until they tell their residents that, because these are bundles of estates, until they communicate to their residents that this is the decision they've made at a corporate level. So we are hopeful that by December, we'll be approaching 50 estates.
All right, fantastic. So there you have it. So Engineer Akayode is asking, I'm not sure Clannit is working yet for Carlton Gates Estate. I tried using the guest invite function, but I cannot see the end results.
Wow, Carlton Gates uses Clannit aggressively. Okay. In fact, they are one of the biggest users of Clannit. If you can please send a mail to support@clannit.com, we will contact you today and we will find out what it is. But when you click, just to explain, when you click on the guest invite, it allows you to put the name of your guest, it allows you to put the date, and it allows you to put the time. And then you generate the code. It brings up a screen where you can share. So it could be WhatsApp, text, whatever. You pick the app through which you want to share. If it's WhatsApp, you click on WhatsApp and it will paste the message in that and you send it to your guest. And when the guest gets to the gate, They present the code to them at the gate, and the security people will enter that code on Clannit, and it will confirm who the host is, whether they are on time, whether this is the right date, and so on. And if they are, they get checked in, and you, the host, get a notification saying your guest has arrived, and then you have a record of all your guests.
Okay.
And it works every day. I use Clannit many. Thousands of people actually use Clannit daily.
Okay, so for that unique challenge, you can send an email again to
support@clannit.com.
support@clannit.com. So support@clannit.com. Daniel is asking, how do I unclan residents who have not paid their dues? The second question is, how many times can you register a resident for Clannit app?
Okay, so let's talk about a resident who has not paid dues. If the estate decides that you unclan, you want to remove the person, the administrator can go, you do this on the desktop or your laptop. The administrator logs in, you have your, I suspect the person who is speaking is an administrator. You log into your administrator portal where you see all your residents and you can remove that resident. So if you go to the tab for residents on the menu, residents, you see the list of the residents in your estate, and there's a button beside it that allows you to remove the person, if that is what you want to do. However, because you have related this to payments, when we launched fully launched the collections app, which I spoke about not too long ago, you will be able to put controls automatically on Clannit, which allows you to decide what you want to lock if payment has not been made. So you don't need to remove the person from the clan, because really your intention is not to remove the person. I guess what you're trying to do is to prevent the person from using Clannit. So in another week or two, that function will be fully ready, and we'll be communicating with you again. We started the communication about a month or two ago. You will be able to set the system to say if people have not paid after 60 days or 30 days or 10 days or whatever it is, so and so and so should happen. For example, lock the ability to invite guests or something like that.
Okay.
And by the way, everybody will get reminders, because we realize that some of the people who don't pay is not because they don't want to pay, it's because they just forgot, honestly. But Clannit will solve that problem, because we will send weekly reminders to everybody who hasn't paid.
Okay, so the B part of the question says, how many times can you register a resident for Clannit app?
Well, you have a unique ID. So once a resident is registered, you can't register the same person twice.
Okay, so let me just probe a little further. So if I remove a resident, if I'm registering a resident again, is it going to be the same unique ID or a separate one?
It's the same unique ID.
Okay.
And if you do have any problems with this, please send a quick mail to support@clannit.com, and we'll be in touch with you.
All right, fantastic. So guys, just remember, please send your questions or suggestions into the Q&A session. That's where I'm on. If you put it in the comment section, you might just be in the midst of plenty of things. But please send your questions or any inquiries to the Q&A session of the Zoom live that we are on. Indu is asking, as a matter of urgency, I think this is a suggestion, a modification is required to the app to prevent erroneous inadvertent activation of raise alarm functionality. So that is a suggestion that somebody is raising. Okay,
we'll look at that again, and we'll appreciate further suggestions on this. What we've done is we've put 3 levels of checks for you to confirm before the alarm is triggered. We launched the alarm almost about 18 months ago in all the estates that are on Clannit, and we've only heard of, I think, 2 or 3 false triggers. And I'm not even sure the communication was done properly, but we think that people have been careful. We also need, there's a balance. You don't want to create an alarm function for an emergency, and then it's difficult for people to trigger the alarm.
No, so I have someone, Olufemi is suggesting, one of saying, can the alarm sounder be limited to the management office, the CSO and security officers, and a few selected members? This will reduce panic. Is that something that we want to look
well,
at?
that's true. That's true. However, so let me tell the story. I'm actually the only one that I know of, that has used the alarm in a real life scenario. Because we used Clannit in my estate, and there was fire in my house. and we pushed the Clannit button. I was out of the house. Before I got home, and my lovely estates, neighbors, I'm sure some of them are on this. Before I got home, and that's what Clan is about. People had gotten to my house, people had gotten fire extinguishers, people had called the fire brigade, and so on. The problem was, half solved by the time. It was a mess. I mean, the house was damaged, but because many people were alerted instantly, we got the help that we needed. So we do take that point, and maybe what we will do is we'll talk to the estates again and find out if that is the preferred thing, that send the alarm only to a few people, then that's fine. But if it's a medical emergency or it's something, I think we need to talk about this because we did some survey and the idea was send it to everybody so that everybody gets the alarm and everybody knows something is wrong. And what we said then was you pull from the power of the community. Till date, I don't know who called the fire brigade to put out the fire in my house. But that was because the alarm went to everybody in the estate. So yeah, but I think it's something we'll take on and would examine again. Okay, incredible. Thank you, sir. So Adeola is asking, how does Clannit notify members whenever there's a downtime on the app? Is there and what is the notification system? There's no notification for downtime. We actually usually don't have downtime. I think we've had real app downtime maybe twice since we launched, and they've been for like 10 minutes or so. But we've also heard of a lot of communication problems. So if your phone is not able to connect out because what you are trying to do is real time, you're not just sending a text. Sometimes you send a text even on WhatsApp and it hangs, and then ultimately you find that it's delivered, it gives you the ticks and so on. But on Clannit, you want to do it and you want to get it now. If that connection doesn't happen, it gives you a message to say you can't connect. But I'm not sure that we don't have anything that tells you Clannit is down now, because we also don't expect Clannit to be down. Okay. We are expecting 99.9 uptime. Okay. % uptime. All right. I think this next question, I think I can answer it. Someone says, can other estates use this app? Everybody is welcome to use Clannit. Clannit is available to the entire world. By the way, there are people outside Nigeria that are already in the process of onboarding on Clannit. So it's not even a Lagos app. It's we have estates in South Africa that are inquiring about Clannit. We have groups in the UK that are already. We are in serious discussions about making Clannit work for them and so on. So yeah, the mission is to provide a solution to manage clans globally. Fantastic. All right, thank you. Here's a suggestion from Femi saying, for the job request form, can Clannit be integrated to perform job request functions from residents? The job raised from residents should be limited to the management office and admin. The job raised should also have a closing and remarks section to monitor KPIs. So that's a suggestion that. Okay, we don't have a job request function now. Like I said earlier, we tried to limit Clannit and not make it a business application, but it's good that it's being raised, and it's something that would, if you want it, they will do it. Okay, I mean, if you want it, they can do it. They can make it happen. If you want it, we'll do it. If that's what's important to Lawrence is saying he has noticed that the Clannit site does not seem to be updated regularly. Is there any particular reason? That's what Lawrence is saying. Our site we've deliberately made our site very lean. It's for you to see how to connect to Clannit. I suspect what he's saying is we need to put more information on the site. Yeah. So it's deliberately like that, but I guess it's something we need to look at, and we'll look at it internally. Okay. That's interesting, actually. Okay, guys, so don't worry. I'm holding him. They are noting these things. It's not just yarns. We are noting them to do. Somebody is saying, can we tune the details of the invitee information? Simple code is good, but not the details of the name, address. All that is too much. So I think this person is saying, in terms of requesting, you are having to ask for the name, the address, all the other details. No, what we ask for is the first name, the last name, the date, and the time. Okay. However, when the system generates, when Clannit generates the message that goes to your guests, it says, dear Deola, you have been invited by Simi to number 42 Oduduwa Way, Maitama, at so time on so date. That's what Clannit does. I suspect what the person is saying is that you shouldn't put the address, but the whole idea is that your guest knows where they're going, or needs to know where they're going. Okay. So, unless I missed it, but if I missed what you're saying, you can please clarify.
But please send another. If that's the name that is there. If you need a bit of clarification on that or something else, please just send a message to the Q&A section. And for those wondering, I am taking the questions that have been sent into the Q&A section of your app. So if just drop your questions there, suggestions there, and I'll read them out to Mr. Deola. So Vic is asking, do I need to send a code to the gate whenever members of my household are out without me, or the car with the sticker?
Okay, no. So remember that on Clannit, all residents ideally should be on Clannit. So members of your household are either your staff or your family or whoever it is that lives with you. So your staff on Clannit, you are able to create your domestic staff. Now, if you click on the menu and you look down, you will see domestic staff and you can create them. So there you're able to put their pictures and basic biodata, name, address, guarantor's name, and so on and so forth. But when they get to the gate, your domestic staff now, when they are coming in, they will give the gate their phone number, and their phone number becomes a guest code, basically, a permanent guest code. They give the gate, and then their picture comes up. So the gate can do a facial recognition and admit them. That's for domestic staff. So I will first advise you, make sure your domestic staff is created on Clannit. That takes away a lot of the trouble. Okay. The other thing is other people in your household. You can create them on Clannit. So if you go again to the menu, you see that you can create a member of your clan, and we call them secondary residents, so they don't get the invoices and things like that, but they are able to access the estate also.
Okay, incredible. All right, thank you, sir. So this one says, me is asking, can we have a 3-step process to the alarm activation? What is the 3-step to the alarm activation?
Okay, so you select the alarm. You select the alarm. Let me check on my phone. So I give you exact things. Just a minute. Clannit. Okay, so if I wanted to trigger an alarm, I click, the first thing I see is the alarm icon. So I click on that, raise alarm, and then it gives you the options of the alarms. Then I pick on the alarm and it says call for help. If I click on that, it then asks me a question. Are you sure you want to trigger a fire alarm or whatever? If I then say yes, only then does the alarm go. So it's not likely your phone is in your pocket or something and these 3 functions will happen.
Okay, yeah. Fantastic. Okay, thank you. And if you're in the comment section, you would notice that we have members of the Clannit team that are responding to you there. Like, that is super efficient. But I'm taking questions from the Q&A session. Olufemi is saying the notification on the news feed should pop up, a sounder preferably, whenever a new message is being processed.
Okay, we do have notifications. If you've silenced notifications on your, or if you've disabled notifications, you won't see it. But we do, it doesn't sound, so we've not, but I think we should check that actually. I think that the function to make a notification sound resides on your phone. I will check, I'm not 100% sure about this. But I'm not sure everybody wants their phone to sound. So even if we need to put this in, we'll make it an option so that those who want it to sound or pop up and so on. But the notifications do pop up in your notification feed on your phone anyway. Like every other notification, you do see them on your phone today.
Okay, so Lawrence is asking, Clannit for allowing visitors into the estate does not seem to be working yet. So Lawrence, you will need to let us know what estate that is so that we can investigate further. I've answered that one.
Interesting. But it does work in many estates.
Yes.
And Many estates use it on a daily basis. Many people use it on a daily basis. So we need to find out why and what the challenge is.
And just in case you are not able to respond before we end this session, because we promised to finish by 5 p.m., please send an email to support@clannit.com.
Yes.
Right, support@clannit.com. They are on standby and ready to resolve any of the outstanding challenges or issues that you may have. All right, so this next one says, I joined late, not sure if he has covered the area that relates to domestic staff and residence register.
I can talk about that.
Okay, so please.
Okay, I'm happy to talk about that. So, domestic staff, if you click on the menu, you are able to register your domestic staff. And when you register them, of course, you capture their image, you capture their biodata, their name, and a number of things. That allows, it allows them to use their phone number as their guest code to enter the estate. So they check them in like every other guest, but when they're trying to check them in, their picture comes up. So the security at the gate can do a facial recognition and allow them in. So nobody can use their phone number to access the estate. From a security perspective, that sort of deals with it. But you are also able, when the domestic staff leaves you, you can go back to that function and remove the domestic staff. And it allows you to put a comment.
Okay.
When you put a comment, if that domestic staff wants to get a job somewhere else, that your comment serves as a reference. So when someone else tries to add them to Clannit, they can see that they worked for Simi and this person is a fantastic driver, but I had to leave the country. Anyone who wants to hire him, highly recommended. Or this guy is a thief or a wicked person or whatever. So people are able to, so it also does some level of background report for people. So that's domestic staff. Then there was something else, residence register.
Yes. For
the residence register, you are able to see the list of those who live in the estate. But the estate has the ability to switch, well, two things. You can go anonymous as an individual. That means you don't want to be seen on the resident register. Of course, that means you will not see anybody also on the resident register. So if you choose that you don't want anybody to see, to know you live here, and that means you too, so you're anonymous, you're blank. So anyone who goes to resident register will not see your name. But if you do not go anonymous, then people are able to search and see, you put the name and you can see the name and the address. It doesn't give contact details or anything because it's supposed to be within the community. Okay. So this is not something that will be published and everybody has your name or whatever. That's not the goal.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Sach. Chevy View Estate is asking, can people register estate names multiple times?
Technically, the answer is yes, because there can be 3 estates called Chevy View Estates in Nigeria. Unless you are registered in CAC and you have, ownership of the name, nobody can. We've not allowed the app to have unique names because it is possible, technically possible, to have the same name across many estates. However, your onboarding process belongs to you. You invite your own residents, and your residents are the ones that will be loaded onto your own estate. So if you have multiple estates, the one that admin has created and has invited the residents to is the one that will work for you. And if someone else has another estate, then they would invite their own residents.
I think Chevy View likes the idea of the domestic staff reference. That is absolutely great. I've never heard of that, so well done. Well done, well done, well done. Okay, so we are almost done, guys. Almost. So let me just run through, Mr. Deola, we have to be as fast as possible.
Yes,
because I have about 20 questions.
Wow.
And I want us to take them as best as we can. While he's asking, what is the process for connecting estates? We're interested.
You go to Clannit.com and you register your estate as an administrator. And after that, you get a link that, when you register your estate, you put the houses, the streets, you build the estate basically. What are the streets, what are the houses, and so you put the infrastructure, the information, and then you get a link that you send to your residents. They log on to Clannit, they pick their home, and then that goes to the administrator to revalidate and admit them to Clannit, and that's all. You're on.
All right, fantastic. Olani is asking, how can I introduce Clannit to a friend's estate?
Please tell your friend to go to Clannit.com and register his estate.
Okay, fantastic. We're on a roll. So another question says, please, can you look into the timing slot for guest invites? The time slot is not well programmed as regards the AM and PM timing. Thank you.
Okay, we've heard about this. What we've found is that some people who have large fonts on their phone have challenges with this. So I would suggest that you first check your font, reduce the size of your font and check it again. But everyone who has done that has had that problem solved. So if your font is very large, then it sort of seems to generate a problem.
Okay. Okay, fantastic.
But if that doesn't solve it, please send a mail to support@clannit.com and we'll be in touch.
Support@clannit.com.
Yeah.
Deji is asking, is it possible, and still this alarm matter?
Yes.
Is it possible to use nominated marshals to receive raised alarms in the first instance, who would confirm the emergency before triggering the estate-wide?
We will look at this.
Okay.
We will look at this. So technically that's possible, and yeah, we will look at this.
Okay. Daniel is asking, is it possible for Clannit to add a picture of the guest while creating an invite?
No. But you can add, the only picture you can add is the domestic staff. But for your guests, all you add is, basically you generate a code and you send to the person. Because we assume, and we've done this based on the assumption that you don't necessarily want to load the picture of your guest everywhere. And why? Well, maybe you're asking this because someone else might get the code and so on and so forth. It will be interesting. Maybe we can consider it as an option,
okay.
But we don't have that today.
Okay, fantastic. Somebody is asking, can Clannit also include the name of the resident that raises an alarm when the alarm is raised, so everyone knows the source of the alarm?
When the alarm is raised, it actually flashes. So two things happen. A notification comes on everybody's phone that flashes the alarm. Is a fire alarm from number 13 Maitama Street, Abuja. So you will see the address and the type of alarm, and then it sounds on your phone. So it's not just a notification. You actually hear an alarm sound, wah, 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 like that. And you know that it's an alarm. So it's not your phone ringing, it is an alarm. You would know it's an alarm.
So the question is, can I know the originator of the...
You would know the address.
Okay.
So what we've not done is to say the name of the person that triggered. But if you know the address, because remember, your residents are attached to an address. So if you know the address, then it's easy for you to find who triggered it.
Somebody's asking, when I have sent out a permanent invite to someone, how can I possibly uninvite the person if I want to?
Okay, if you go to the guest list tab, you will see two tabs that says permanent guest and one-time guest. So if you go to the list of permanent guests, at the bottom right, you see 3 dots. Click on that, and you can see revoke, and you can revoke.
Okay, incredible. Olushola is asking, what is the hardware requirements to deploy Clannit, and is it provided for free?
Clannit is provided for free. It's a mobile app, so you can use it on most decent phones. We've seen a few phones that have that don't have the right Android system. I don't know how come, but they are funny. So I don't want to bash anyone, but every brand that we have seen has been able to. But there are certain phones that some people have bought and they've had problems, and then when they change the phone or try it on another phone, it works. And then we find out that the version of the Android is very old, and so if you buy a very cheap phone that is not a genuine phone and they've loaded bad software on it, it may not work, but it works generally for everyone.
Okay, incredible. Shadi is asking, I am interested in using the social app for my business clients. Brilliant. I may not need all the features you offer residential users. Brilliant. When would you be rolling this out?
Okay, so social clients are on, but there are more features that will be coming on it in the coming weeks before the end of the year, let me say. So you can create your social client now, actually. And there are social clients on Clannit already. You can use it for your business, you can use it for your family, you can use it for a club, you can use it for whatever.
Okay, incredible. Another question says, is there a feature that tracks when my visitor exits the estate? We have issues where Uber riders don't exit the estate after they do a drop-off.
Okay. it's an option that we have in the pipeline. Not all estates want to check people out. What we do now is check-in, but one of the options we have in the pipeline is a checkout function. So for estates who want to check guests out, we'll have the ability to check them out. Only that way can you know when people leave. Down the line, for estates who want it, we have ideas about how we can do this digitally, electronically, without anybody manually putting anything. But those are things that are slightly down the line.
Okay, so guys, we have 2 more minutes, and I'll only be able to take a last question. But I want to be able to ask Mr. Deola. So I still have about 18 questions here. Would it be possible that we collate all of these questions and then we almost send it to everyone like an FAQ, so that people can see some of the answers to this question? So guys, yes?
The answer is yes.
Okay.
I wish we could answer all the questions.
I wish we do, but because we gave our word about 1 hour. So the last question I would like to ask is really on how do you protect the user's data and privacy?
Okay, Clannit is protected in many layers. Our software is encrypted, so our data exchange has encryption in it, and I will leave it at that. Remember also, we are talking about security of your data, so there is only so much we can discuss publicly. But there is encryption, and we are also hosting with one of the most secure and best hosting sites in the world. So if the hosting site is hacked, the world will know. It's not a Clannit issue at that point. It's a big world crisis, basically. And many of the apps you use are hosted in the same place where we are hosted. So,
okay, incredible.
And we take advantage of the security. And that hosting means that they're not just in one site, they are located in all continents, and including undersea hosting and all the stuff. So your data is secure. And we also have a privacy agreement that we sign. We do not sell data, we do not share your data with anybody, and we have a history of keeping confidential data that is over 20 years of running our organization, not the Clannit app. And we have had access to significant amounts of corporate confidential data, and not once have we had a leak. So we are used to managing confidential data, and we will not sell your data. That's
all right. That being said, thank you all so much for sending your questions. Thank you for staying. Mr. Deola, last words. Thank you, guys. Last word, Mr. Deola.
Please use Clannit. Please let us know your feedback, and please tell as many people. The value of Clannit really comes when more people are on it, and we can engage and exchange and do even business on it. The more people on Clannit, the more you and I get value out of this. So please, let's make this blow. Thank you.
You have heard. Tell somebody about Clannit. If you have friends in estate, if you have family, colleagues in estate, tell them about the Clannit app. If you have any other questions that have not been answered today, please send an email to support@clannit.com. We would, last question. Are we going to be able to send this recording to everyone to watch? For those that were not able to join this meeting?
I think we should.
Okay,
I think we
incredible.
Should. Yeah, we can.
So for those that missed this meeting now, just to get some of the answers that were shared by the team,
we'll send a link.
You will send a link so that you can rewatch this session over and over again. But guys, thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you for being a part of our session today. I hope you had an incredible time.
Thank you.
And I hope your questions were answered. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and thank you for being part of the Clannit family.
All right. Thank you.